Okay, today we're going to talk about a very general overview of FamilySearch.org, the tree version. What we want to do is first go to FamilySearch.org. So write this down. The address is www.familysearch, one word, .org. Oops, spell it correctly. O-R-G. Okay? This is what you should see if you typed it in correctly. Okay? And there's lots of things that Family Search does. The one that we're going to concentrate on is the Family Tree version. Okay? So we'll click on Family Tree. Now when you get in, you will have to sign in. Now we talked about how to sign in, how to get your sign in and everything like that. But you must sign in. Okay? So now I don't want you to see my information, so I'm going to switch to, but once you get in, okay, you will get to the pedigree version. When you get in, this is kind of what you will see. You will be in the middle box, okay? And if you're married, your wife will be underneath you. Here's some of the things. This arrow out here just shows you general information about your mom and dad. Okay? Over on this arrow shows general information about all your wives. Oh, this is about all your parents. So in New Family Search, Thomas Potter has two sets of parents, Tillman and Hannah, and the other set is Tillman and no wife. So we'll have to fix that. But in any case, that's what that does. And then this will just give you a list of all their children. Okay? This version, this part here, this pedigree view, they call it the traditional view, nothing more than information. You cannot change a thing here. You just get information. Okay? You can make it bigger, you can make it smaller, you can use these to, move it around, or you can hold down the left mouse button and drag it around. Okay? But that's what this is all about, just information. Okay? Couple of things to notice here. As far as the temple information, this person here, somewhere in this chain of events, more information is needed before they can get their temple work done. In this case up here, temple work is ready because it's got the green arrow. And down here, the temple work is reserved by somebody else. Okay? So that's kind of what this part is right here, is just an informational view. Now, what else can you do? Let me show you. You can do a descendancy chart, which starts with Thomas and goes down. I don't know exactly what information that would be, but there you go. Or I don't know how actually useful it would be, is what I should say. Then there's the fan chart. And this kind of just shows you where you have work to do. Notice the emptiness. Work to do. Emptiness. Work to do. Okay, again, this can be, well, I thought it could be moved, but I guess not. Used to be able to be moved. But in any case, that's kind of what the fan chart is. It's just information from there. And then there's the portrait, which is your pedigree chart kind of turned upside down, and then, with pictures and stuff like that. Okay? But in any case, it's all just information. You cannot change a thing. All right? Okay, so from this view, you can see the people that are in your tree. Now I want to show you something before we get too far. Oop, not that, not that. Nope, not that. I want to take you to somebody kind of recent. This is how you do a search on somebody. And we'll go into more detail about this later. Okay. This happens to be my father and mother, who are both dead. And let's look at the tree version because I want to show you something of importance. Okay, never mind. Here's my grandfather. Okay, this is what I wanted to show you in the first place. Here's my grandfather. Okay. My grandfather had 5 children. Okay, but there's only 3 here. Now the reason I bring this up is because a lot of people are concerned that they're not seeing all of their family tree when they get in. Okay, the thing to realize about Family Search is you will not see people who are living. Okay, it's just their restriction. For instance, I know that there are 2 sisters down here that are not listed, but I know who they are. They're my dad's sisters, or my aunts. I know they're in New Family Search because they're members of the church, but I don't get to see them because they're still alive. Once they die, they will automatically show up in this pedigree view. Okay, so when you're going through and you're doing your genealogy and you don't see them in your pedigree view, don't panic. They may really be there if they're members of the church. You just can't see them because they're alive. So anybody marked living or who are marked living in the church database will not show up here. If you add them, mark them living, they will show up, but they are not the real record. Okay, I hope that makes sense because it's kind of confusing. All right, in order to change anything, okay, you have to go into the person's detail view to make any changes. So what you need to do, along with your Roots Magic 6 file, you have an idea kind of who the parents are, who the children are, etc. Okay, so you kind of need to work, if you will, inside the detailed person view. So that's where we're going to go. We're going to go to the person view. And okay, here's Thomas Potter. Here's his detail view. All right. This is his name. There's his birth information, his death information, alternate names. Now here's how you drive yourself. Okay. Here's Thomas and his children, and here's his parents and his siblings. So you can go back and forth and try to follow the chain of the family based on this. For instance, if you say, well, I need to make a change to Hannah, okay, well, and I go to Hannah. Okay, now I'm in Hannah and I made the changes. So I need to go back to her sister Elizabeth. Okay, keeping in mind the structure of how the family is organized. Okay, so now I'm in there and I really haven't lost this structure. I need to go back to Thomas Potter. I go back to Thomas Potter. Okay, so it's a little cumbersome, but that's just the way it is. Okay, all right, other things you can do in here. You'll see it shows that he has another wife, and there's the other set of parents that we were shown in the detail view. I mean, in the pedigree view. Okay. Sources. Here's all of the sources that I've acquired so far for Thomas. Okay. Discussions. Things that people need to know that aren't specifically related to that person, such as, I don't know for sure that his spelling of his first name is Thomas or Thomasell or whatever. Or you might say, his death certificate says he died in Tennessee, but he was living in Oregon when, at the time of his death. Discussion, things that people need to see other than specific to that person. Notes. Okay, these are the notes that we want to copy from our Roots Magic file to here. Okay. For instance, let's go to. Oops, went too far. Oh, went too far. Okay, let's go to his wife Fatima. Now, in every census that I looked at, Fatima was spelled differently. Some of it was, and in the grave marker, it's Fatima with an ending in a Y. I don't know, but let me show you what I did here. Okay, so here are the information that I accumulated with the 1850 census from my Roots Magic file, and I copied that into here so that it's here. Okay, I think this will show me what I want to show you. Yeah, in some cases, and I don't know what it is, all the information gets jumbled up in one straight line. However, if you say more, it's formatted. Go figure. I don't know, but that's just for information. Okay. Other things you need to see is ordinances. Okay. If you want to see the ordinances, you click on that button. That is also where you will see if you can request ordinances to be done. Okay, and these have all been done. There's their dates. We copied them with Roots Magic so that we don't have to do that ourselves. Go back to details. All right, that's kind of that. Now, the other thing I wanted to show you is if I know where they were buried, okay, I put in their burial information, and then I add a custom fact with the name of interment, and I put the cemetery name, and then in the notes I put the Find a Grave Memorial page number. Okay, that way if somebody needs to know where I got that information from and they want to go see it, they can. Okay. Now, the other thing is, and I'm going to go to Thomas Potter for this. There are two other things that I do a lot of. Okay, when they come up. Okay, the first one is possible duplicates. Okay, it says there are none, but yet we know there are some. Okay, and I'll show you how we know that. Remember, we went to the tree, and it said I need to find some. Well, this one right here, this second one is probably the same person, but we need to check it out. Since New Family Search didn't find this, we need to do this specifically. Okay, so we go back to New Family Search and we say merge by ID. LH33 So we go LH33 dash. The last part is 6V9. So we go 6V9, whoop, 9, and say continue. Okay. Now, what it will do is it will take this person that we already had, that's his information in this column, and then we've got the other person in this column. We'll talk more about this later, but basically we want to get rid of all of this because what we've got is correct, or will be when we get there. This particular one, there's not one here. I'm going to go ahead and add it, but I'll be changing it later. Okay, we go down, we go down, we go down, and we go down, and then there's nothing else. So we know pretty much sure at this point that if we say, oh, wait, this is not right, we can still cancel out. We haven't done anything. If we say it is the same person, then we say continue merge. Okay, then we can put those two together. So that's what the possible duplicates will do for you. Okay, and now you notice that's here. Okay, the other thing, again, what we'll do a little more later, is search records. What this will do is take you to familysearch.org and go to the search records function for that person and find source records that we can put in the bottom. And we'll do this here just quickly to show you what we want to do here. Okay, for instance, here's Thomas Potter in the 1870 census with his wife Fatina and all the kids. Okay, now I've already linked this, but you can view the image, or you can get more details about this. But if you want to link it, you would click on Thomas, and it would pull up this thing. And in here it would say attached to family, but since it's already been attached, okay, but we can look down here and see what information is there and all of the people. Okay. Now what we'll one thing about this, and I'll just throw it in now, but we'll go over this more later, is in the 1850, 60, and 70 census, there was nothing in the census that tied people together as far as their relationship. So when you're trying to link this all together, you kind of have to do it one by one, because there's nothing that says that Leonard is the son of Thomas in the census, although we know that's the case. Okay? But anyway, that's just an indication of what you can do. Once you're done, you can exit out of that, and you're back to where you came from. Okay? So that's basically all you need to do as far as that overview of New Family Search. Now, if you want to go back to the tree, just view the tree right here. Okay, and they also have a watch function so that if you're really interested in what's going on with this person, you can watch him. Then anytime somebody makes a change to that, you get notified. Okay. So basically, that's what it takes. Now, what I'm going to do right now is just quickly go through some other standards that I do. Okay. Now, we talked about the fact that the last name I always want to be in uppercase. So I changed that. Okay. Now, where he was born, the dates, as you can see, are not New Family Search standard. So if I go to the date and I hit any arrow key, it will drop down and show me the correct date. I select that, tab off of it, and it becomes the correct thing. Now, if we go back over here, I'm going to close out of there. We know that he was born in Sink Creek, Warren County, Tennessee. Sink Creek. Okay, evidently Sink Creek is not a true city-state. Oh, gosh. There. So, in that case, we just type it in and let New Family Search decide what it wants to do with it. But we want the information to be correct, even though it's not going to remember or figure out the right place here. Okay? Don't worry about this. This is really not anything in particular as far as how it functions. Okay? So always make the place correct. Then save it and close it. Okay? Let's look at the death date. Now it's wrong. We look over here and it's 8 August 95. Select the appropriate date. And he died in Smithville. Now, you always have to type in the city. Sometimes you don't have to type in the county, and sometimes you only have to type in some of the county. Sometimes you have to type in the whole thing with the comma before. Oops, I spelled it wrong, no wonder. There. And then it'll figure out and save it. Okay. Now I told you that we would be changing this. I put it in there just so I would remember that there's something wrong that needs to be fixed. If we go over here and look at the details for this person, it was in Keltonburg. So we say, get that off there. Keltonburg, comma. And see, I don't have to type in the county because there's only one Keltonburg in the whole world. And I save that. Close it. Okay, now, here's something that I forgot to tell you. In these alternate names down here, these were put here by Family Search when they merged the ancestral file, the pedigree resource files, and the old Family Search database. Any name that wasn't the main name was considered to be an alternate birth name. I get rid of these because they're not right. Okay, but here's the problem. I changed Thomas Potter to be Thomas and then uppercase Potter. Well, Thomas Potter. When I delete this, it may return this back to lowercase. Just something to consider. Always go through and delete the other birth names in here before you make your final change to this. Okay? And since it's not going to refresh this page right now, it may change it later. Okay, so, but anyway, in here, then I add a custom fact, interment, hello fingers, interment, and it was in the Potter, not used to using a laptop, Potter cemetery, cemetery, find a and then I go over here and I copy the memorial page number. Yeah, damn this stupid thing. Back here. And I hit save. Okay, now the reason I couple of reasons why I do this. First of all, Potter Cemetery is not a real place. New Family Search will ignore that, but it's not the proper place to put it. In fact, we can put it here and add the comment of the findagrave.com memorial page number. It's much more accurate there. Okay? Let's go down and look at his sources. The thing about sources is you can adjust them so that you can put all the census records together in their appropriate order. Just becomes a little more organized. You can do that or not. It don't matter. Okay, so now we got the 50, the 60, the 70, and the 80 together. Okay? The other thing then, what I do, these random notes, I mean, what does that mean? It means nothing. It's just stuff that was brought over from the old database. And so I delete anything that's not relevant or useful. We'll say that. Now, notes. Notes are not adjustable. They're not sortable. Okay, so you kind of want to put them in order from, and the way the sources work is it puts the source, the new source that you create, on top. Or no, on the bottom. Either way, I don't know. Anyway, this one always puts the new note on top of the old note. So you want to go in and say, put the oldest note first and work your way backwards. It's just kind of the way it works. So in this case, okay, I want to take this note, copy that. Oh, gosh dang this thing. Okay, and I want to add a new note, and in the title I put in what I copied. But in New Family Search, there's no reason, no logicality for numbers. Take all that out. I change it to information from. Okay, and then in the actual note, I go back and I copy this entire note, and I paste it in there. Do Control Home, over 1, delete 2, add 3. Okay, and then I do Save. And again, jumbles up the whole thing unless I do more, and then it always shows it in the correct fashion. So, don't know. But anyway, close that. Then I go back here. I do this one for the 70. Add a new note. Delete all this. Copy this. Paste. Control Home. Save. Now this time it did it right. Again, no rhyme or reason. I can't figure it out, so I just don't worry about it. Okay, and then I go through, do this one. One day I'll learn. And yeah, this is a little bit tedious, but in the end, it works out the best for everybody. And there's two reasons I do this, copy these notes. One is because the people that look at this record in New Family Search, it's good for them to have the results of my search, so they don't have to go back and try to search all the census records themselves. They know it's been done, and now they know what information they will see when they get there. Second of all, it's kind of a backup in case something happens to your file in Roots Magic 6. You have all the information here, at least most of it, and you can copy it back into your file to recover it. So that's kind of the two reasons I do that. Now you'll notice now I have all my notes. I have the source records, and I have his family information. I have his burial and all of his dates correct and his name right. Like I said, the only thing is this name may switch back to lowercase when I leave this page. But in any case, you see the benefit of how to maintain your people here in New Family Search. So, like I said, there's a lot that you can do with New Family Search that I have not gone over yet. There'll be other videos about more detailed things that you can do. But for now, that should get you kind of where you need to go.